matchup with the New Orleans Saints. Strap in. This will be a good one. Two one-loss teams getting together as they're underway on EA Sports. Taken in at the 3. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And all in all, pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Here come the Saints for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the #1 overall pick back in 2015 out of Florida State, Jameis Winston.
I like this guy. And the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
Now it's Kamara in the passing game. And brought... but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we get...
And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's second down. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Calling no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. They tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. Always fun to get a peek at Tom Brady as he gets in place to command this offense for Tampa Bay. And Brady and the Buccaneers here 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Brady caught by Jones. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. In this case, he picks up a 1st down.
Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48. Vision and speed, 2 of the attributes that you might say are important for a free safety, and we saw both in evidence there. 2nd down, another shot for Jones. 1st down and much more here for Jones. And finally down at the 36-yard line.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
At 5, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On play action, it's Brady. Got a man complete to Miller. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that.
And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Ronald Jones with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bucs have taken a first-quarter lead. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Ryan Suckup on for the point after. And that one gives the Bucs a 7-0 lead. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it's Ronald Jones that polishes it off with a touchdown run. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. And they have the game here followed by the open date on the calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think, oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Shaquille Barrett, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Well, for last week's performance, which was so good, he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week. He got a lot of praise, and understandably so, from national media. Looking pretty good on that play, too.
And I love what he told us this week before the game. He talked about how much time they spend working on pass rush moves, every position, because anyone could go after the quarterback in their defense, and you can see how they've all absorbed their lessons.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Winston. And he's going to be brought down back at his own 6-yard line. Shaquille Barrett make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Here comes the Saints punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. And this offense trotting back onto the field. Let's turn our attention here to Ronald Jones. Whatever he was doing in September, they're hoping that that carries over now to October because he was sensational last month.
He absolutely was, and we all know where it started at the end of last season, right? All the offseason preparation, the weight workouts, the sprints, right? The vision that he had, what he was going to do this season, and of course it all came together with the rest of the team. Those big fellas up front, leverage, and boy, are they getting downfield and creating extra blocks for him.
They really are. Everyone's been doing their job so far to create those holes. They'll run on first down. Jones. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Brady gives this one off to Jones. First down and much more here for Jones. And he takes it all the way down to the 22. 47 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. To throw is Brady. He completes it to Evans. The numbers for Evans a week ago. 5 catches, 87 yards.
And I get the feeling that he loves this matchup. I mean, the unit he's going against is in the bottom half of the league against the pass. He had to have circled this one on the schedule and said to himself, this should be a big game.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And once more, this play going in the wrong direction. The Saints get to him behind the line again. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Here's Brady to throw. This is caught by Evans. And the Bucs are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
When Mike Evans sees man coverage, I don't think he's the only guy who gets excited. I'll guarantee the guy throwing the ball does, because guess what? He's got a lot of options about where to place it because of Mike Evans' size and frame.
Well, Brady gets away with one. Lucky, could have been intercepted, but it falls to the ground.
I know in every game we do, we talk about momentum. That was a momentum play lost. And now there could be a letdown because they didn't get the interception.
Yeah, you could almost hear the collective gasp on the sideline as he could not come up with that football. On 2nd and goal, Brady. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Scotty Miller, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bucs lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Extra point up and good by Suckup. And it's now 14-0. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And he'll get this back down to about the 12-yard line. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. The numbers there for Kamara from a week ago. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
There he goes left side. He's at the 40, past the 20. Unable to corral him, he fights through. And he will finally be taken out of bounds as it's an enormous play there on the final snap of this first quarter. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll try to run it in, going option right. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Jameis Winston with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Saints are back within a score. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here's the Tampa Bay offense and Ronald Jones leading them out. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. through the air first. Maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. The throw on second down by Brady is incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. On first down, Jones looking for an opening. Not much there. He'll get it to the 39. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Brady's throw on 3rd down there is incomplete. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Jameis to throw it. They'll get this out to Kamara. So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it'll be 3rd down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense, because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big...
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Davis now to return it. A 46-yard boot, but just 36 following a pretty decent return of 10 yards. And the Buccaneer offense will be set up well as they take over. And this offense trotting back onto the field. Let's turn our attention here to Ronald Jones. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
A first down run here by Jones is going to take it forward for a gain of about 4.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Now a play fake. Brady. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Throwing on 2nd and 8, Brady. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Mike Evans. His second touchdown on the season. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. Extra point put through by Succop. And it's now 21-7. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Jameis now on first down. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Shaquille Barrett in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
But Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at third down as a manageable situation, whether they have a much better chance of picking up.
Winston. Can't get away, and he's taken down. Shaquille Barrett has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want, but on the defensive side of the ball, you scramble a little bit. Now you're behind trying to figure out, do I need to blitz it? Do I need to pressure it? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
80 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And this is going to be a Bucs first down as he's got this up to about the 34-yard line.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. That catch good for only a couple.
The key to any screenplay is all in the deception, and that means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
Brady's throw complete here, pulled in by Brady.
And he'll go out of bounds, it appears, right at the 45.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Brady now on first down.
And a dangerous throw there on the drop-off. Incomplete, nearly intercepted.
You could tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Meanwhile, Brady's throw taken in by Evans here.
And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield. for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A big connection on that one. 31 yards.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there.
On the right side, this is Miller. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. Tom Brady, his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half. And the Buccaneers will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point up and good by Suckham. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Final play of the half here, Winston. Looking deep for his tight end, Ertz. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. So we reach halftime. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The question to be asked, where does this game go from here as we are back at it now on EA Sports? Oh, good return up past the 30. Still going. And he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. And you've used the phrase with me before, pressing the kicking game. What exactly does that mean? Because they did it there.
It means focusing on it, all aspects of it, because it's the third part of the game. Offense, defense, special teams. If you press the kicking game, create an advantage, make a big play, it often leads to victory.
Extra point put through by Suckham, and that'll increase their lead to 28. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You're going over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. And the Buccaneer defense for the second straight play, flexing its muscle by forcing a loss. Throwing, Winston. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Shaquille Barrett in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Here comes the Saints punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt.
Let's go.
So here are the Bucs to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Tackle there going to Marshawn Lattimore.
And here's Jones again on second down.
Now third down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there.
I know the scouting report on him, he said he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Well, meanwhile, the throw by Brady knocked away, incomplete. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he'll kick it away for the second time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory.
Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10
at their own 15.
He'll start with a give to Kamara.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I played with that have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team was saying, yeah, we called him the disruptor. And that's carrying forward again.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
But the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, 87 yards. And the Saints get a bit closer. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Returnable here for Davis.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Here's the Tampa Bay offense and Ronald Jones leading him out.
He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone. And now he's just trying to do it for a second time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage. And, again, that second score here in the third quarter.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Brady going to fake the give to Jones and set up to throw.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd.
The sack backs him up 3rd and long. Tough challenge for Brady and the Bucs.
Back to throw. Brady. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Peyton Turner providing a little deja vu, back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. A beautiful fake. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10.
The New Orleans offense set to take over.
They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
Kamara there with a 1st down carry, but not much running room, and he takes it forward for only a couple. It's 2nd down. 8 yards to go on 2nd down.
Now Winston. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And he comes back with one complete. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Here's Winston. Eluding the pressure right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down. To throw, Winston. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first. Here comes the Saints punter now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
And he'll be taken down here at about the 23-yard line.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Now whistles here before the snap. Looked like one of the Bucs may have moved. And they get Tristan Wirfs, first-round pick in 2020. And a manageable third down becomes a lot less manageable. 3rd and 7 after the false start. Brady going to throw. This into the hands of his running back, Ronald Jones. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
No gain on the play there, second down. Now Brady. And Jones has it over the middle. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. So both teams trade touchdowns, and the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll run on first down. It's Jones. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. 111 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Well, this O-line's been great. They've got the big lead, so give them a pass there, I guess.
Yeah, I would think so, because if we were grading them on their performance in this game, a lot of pluses in their boxes so far.
Second down, another shot for Jones. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it third down at 6.
They're a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 18.
A lot of times the key is just get him the ball and let him do his thing, and they got it out to him on the left side, and he did exactly that. Excellent run after the catch.
On first down, it's Jones. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. They'll go again to Jones. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to reap. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucks. The 4th touchdown pass of the game for Tom Brady. And the Buccaneers are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Extra point up and good by Suckup. And that'll increase their lead to 28. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Shaquille Barrett racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Escaping the pressure right. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the 1st down marker. A nice job of eluding the pressure there. Scrambling for 11. The Saints on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 7. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down. Winston now to throw on 1st down. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Winston now. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. So they'll wind up losing 7 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Now Winston. In trouble, and he's taken down. Shaquille Barrett, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. And the #1 mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Desperation time. Winston on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. They'll run on 1st down. Jones. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
I know you're trying to wring every yard out of a run, but I think 9 yards there is ideal in this situation.
Yeah, now next couple plays, you only need 1 yard. Keep that clock rolling with a lead here in the 4th.
Yeah, what you're saying is maybe if it takes you 1 or 2 more runs to get the 1st down, that's extra time, extra plays. Really hurts the team on defense.
Jones. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here this close. Sneak it?
I don't think even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys into the end zone.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Ronald Jones, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Buccaneers are closing in on a 4-1 start as they extend their 4th quarter lead. extra point put through by Succa, and the lead will swell by one more. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. The Saints on third down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This will be 3rd and 6. To throw is Winston. And this is going to be incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, so a lot of credit to the defensive game plan, and especially the execution.
51 yards on the punt there. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on. They'll try and run some clock now with Jones. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. And here's Jones again on 2nd down. Jones hit and the ball's out. And this is picked up by the Saints. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. Winston now after the fumble recovery. That catch good for only a couple.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him, and after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty is a result of that hit there.
Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10. Here's Winston. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
To the air again with Winston. Flushed out right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. Jameis to throw it. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Sean Murphy Bunting. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it to the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Johnson now returning. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
that's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Buccaneers, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1, and they will hit the road next week for a date with the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And perhaps fortunately for them, they'll get an early bye next week and come back to action in Week 7.